it's Natalie and Levi from Henley's Happy Trails. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Tales on the Trail. It is June and we are near Fresno, California, and we're currently walking up a hill, getting in shape, close to Levi's grandparents' property. And our last journal entry was a few months ago, and we were camp hosts at USIRV Park in Wichita, Kansas.
We celebrated our 9th wedding anniversary on March 15th, and 2 of those years have been on the road. Brewy did very well, recovering from her surgery. She had a mass removal, and as far as we can tell, she did a full recovery. We spent the last couple of weeks, or few weeks, hiking. We checked out Coronado Heights, Castle Rock, and Mushroom Rock State Park. All very pretty places, some with interesting rock formations.
Yep, they were only about an hour and a half drive away from Wichita, so it was a nice little drive over there. But in Wichita, we did find some pretty neat pet-friendly places. If you do travel with your pets and happen to find yourself in that area, check out these places. We wrote an article on pet-friendly places in Wichita, and you can check out that article in the link below.
You wouldn't think that there is diving in Wichita, Kansas, and really as far as lakes go, there isn't much. However, there is a PADI 5-star IDC dive center called Amber Waves, and we checked them out, and after telling them that I was an instructor, they offered to let me assist with pool classes so that I could get under the water. By the end, I was given my own refresher course.
Do you need to take a break?
Yes.
Okay, so we finalized our plans for the summer, decided to visit my family in Texas, visit Levi's family in California, and then we were going to go to Vegas for a few months and work there. I know it's the hottest part of the year in Vegas, so we started researching ways that we could keep the RV cool and found out about window covers. So we contacted a company, SunGuard Shade Products, and they asked us for the make and model of our rig and then sent us window covers along with the buttons, or the turn buckles, that we needed to attach it to the outside of the rig. Installation was a lot easier than we thought, and not only does it keep the inside of our rig cool, but it allows us to look outside of our windows and enjoy privacy as well. Now this was just for the front the front windshield and the side windshields. The side windows.
Yes.
Okay.
The front windshield, side windows.
Yes.
On the front.
Yes.
And before we left USI, they got a get together, if that makes sense. And it was with the whole park, and it was to say farewell to us and to welcome the returning work camping couple for the summer. Fun was had by all.
So the end of April came, and we took off southbound through Oklahoma and into Texas for our annual doctor visits and our vehicle inspection. And I'd like to say that the trip went off without a hitch, but I would be lying. We ended up staying in Boyd, Texas for about 3 days because our generator stopped working and one of the levelers was completely out of commission.
We had to take the leveler off and take it to a place to get repaired. That was a couple of days stay at the RV park. I thought that I had fixed the generator issue. More on that later. And we were on the road again. We stopped at Austin, Texas. I had never been. Natalie insisted we check out 6th Street. We were there to visit Natalie's sister. And 6th Street is where music and history collide. It's the heart of Austin. And that was fun. We spent the day eating, walking up and down that area, and listening to music.
We traveled even further south till we got to my hometown in Mission, and we visited family and checked out some pretty neat sites in Mission. Again, if you are going through that area and want to see these sites in Mission, there is a link to that article in the description below. Of course, we couldn't leave without going to South Padre Island, and although it was windy that day, we still took in plenty of sand and surf. It was really nice to be at the beach.
After saying farewell to Natalie's family, we decided to continue on the next leg of our trip, which was 1,800 miles to California. We made a stop in New Mexico at City of Rock State Park. It's a very beautiful place. If you like desert landscape, lots of desert plants and lots of hikes, and the campground's very well maintained.
We were almost through Arizona, almost past the ginormous saguaros, when Levi had a Taco Bell craving, which thank goodness that he did, because if we hadn't stopped, we wouldn't have smelled those horrendous smells coming from the generator compartment. Turns out we had an electrical short somewhere, and it smelled like burning wires. So we were able to find that out, otherwise our bedroom would have been on fire.
That would have been bad.
Yes.
No generator meant no AC, and so since we couldn't cool ourselves and it was getting into triple digits, we had two choices. We could stop at an RV park during the day and travel at night, or what we ended up doing, we did have dash AC from the coach, which isn't enough to cool the whole thing. But we had a swamp cooler, portable swamp cooler, and we blew fans from the dash back, and that was able to keep it cool enough to travel during the day.
So we ended up staying in an RV park just outside of San Bernardino so that we could plug in, and the next day we had about a 5-hour drive to get over here. 3 hours in, we were doing great. The swamp cooler was working wonderful. We decided to sample some California fruit at a local stand, and came back into the RV, and the swamp cooler was dead. So the last 2 hours we pretty much floored it to here and parked and plugged in.
So since getting to California, we've been able to replace or fix a lot of things. My dad helped with the generator, which had to be completely taken out of the RV and in order to get to the park to fix it. My grandmother gave us a piece of furniture that gives us some storage space and also increases our counter space for the kitchen, which is good. And my mother actually made window covers for the remaining windows that the SunGuard shades don't cover, and they work very well.
Yep. So we've had plenty of time to visit with Levi's family and friends, and we've taken a few day trips into the Sierra National Forest near Shaver Lake. And we also went to Yosemite National Park for a day. That was my first time there.
And after we leave here, we're going to Las Vegas, where our full-time RVing adventures began. We'll be working for a few months. I'll be at Scuba Views at the dive shop that I got certified with, and Natalie will be working at Duck Creek RV Park, where we'll be staying. This will be the first time that we'll work in separate places.
Yes, well, we made it to the top of the hill.
Coming back to my grandparents' property in California has been bittersweet since the loss of my grandfather. I have many fond memories of my grandfather, many stories to recall. Though the stories may come to an end for some of those we love, the rest of us must turn the page and continue writing. We hope the next chapter leads us to something greater than the last. Matt Smith once said, "We're all stories in the end, so make it a good one."